We all yearn for it, this elusive thing called happiness. We chase it relentlessly, believing it to be the ultimate prize. But what if our very pursuit of happiness is what keeps it at arm's length? This is the paradox we often face. The harder we chase happiness, the more elusive it becomes. It's like trying to grasp a handful of water. The more tightly we squeeze, the more it slips through our fingers. This paradox arises from a fundamental misunderstanding of happiness. We tend to view it as a destination, a state of perpetual bliss that we must strive to reach. We set goals, convinced that once we achieve them, the dream job, the perfect relationship, the material possessions, happiness will finally be ours. However, this pursuit of happiness as an end goal often leaves us feeling empty and dissatisfied. The truth is that happiness is not a destination, but a journey, a series of moments that we experience along the way. It is not something to be chased, but rather cultivated from within. When we learn to shift our focus from chasing happiness to embracing the present moment, we open ourselves up to experiencing genuine joy and contentment. Our modern world, with its emphasis on achievement and acquisition, constantly reinforces the idea of destination happiness. We are bombarded with messages that tell us we need to be more, do more, and have more in order to be happy. Social media, in particular, presents a curated version of reality, where everyone seems to be living their best lives, further fueling our desire to attain this idealized state of happiness. This relentless pursuit of more creates a never-ending cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. We achieve one goal, only to set our sights on the next, always striving for something just out of reach. We become so fixated on the future that we fail to appreciate the present moment, the only place where happiness can truly be found. This is not to say that goals are inherently bad, or that we should not strive for personal growth. Rather, it's about recognizing that true happiness is not contingent upon achieving external milestones. It's about finding joy in the journey itself, in the everyday moments that make up our lives. Imagine a child chasing butterflies on a sunny afternoon. They run and leap, their laughter echoing through the air, utterly absorbed in the pursuit. They may not catch a single butterfly, but their joy lies in the chase itself, in the freedom and exuberance of the moment. Now imagine that same child told that they will only be happy if they catch a butterfly. Suddenly, the carefree joy is replaced by pressure and anxiety. The focus shifts from the experience itself to the desired outcome. Each missed attempt brings disappointment, and the once delightful activity becomes a source of frustration. This analogy highlights the pitfalls of chasing happiness as an outcome. When we live in a constant state of anticipation, we miss out on the beauty and richness of the present moment. We become so fixated on what we don't have that we fail to appreciate what we do. This constant striving creates a sense of lack and dissatisfaction, leaving us feeling perpetually empty even when we achieve our goals. Section 4. Mindfulness, embracing the present moment. So if chasing happiness only leads to frustration, how can we break free from this cycle? The answer lies in cultivating mindfulness, a state of active, open attention to the present moment. Mindfulness is about observing our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment, allowing them to come and go like waves in the ocean. When we practice mindfulness, we shift our focus from the relentless pursuit of happiness to the appreciation of the present moment. We learn to find joy in the simple things: a warm cup of tea on a chilly morning, the sound of laughter shared with loved ones, the feeling of sunshine on our skin. Mindfulness is not about emptying our minds or suppressing our thoughts. It's about becoming aware of them without getting swept away by them. It's about learning to observe our experiences with curiosity and acceptance, rather than judgment and resistance. Section 5. Cultivating acceptance, befriending our experiences. Hand in hand with mindfulness comes acceptance, the willingness to embrace our experiences, both positive and negative, without trying to change them or push them away. Acceptance doesn't mean resigning ourselves to unhappiness or giving up on our goals. It simply means acknowledging that life is a tapestry of joy and sorrow, ease and difficulty, and that all of these experiences are valid and worthy of our attention. When we resist our difficult emotions, we inadvertently give them more power over us. They fester and grow, casting a shadow over our lives. However, when we approach them with acceptance, we create space for healing and growth. We begin to see these challenges not as obstacles to our happiness, but as opportunities for learning and self-discovery. Cultivating acceptance is an ongoing practice, a journey of befriending ourselves and our experiences. It requires patience, compassion, and a willingness to embrace the full spectrum of human emotions. Section 6. Shifting perspectives from seeking to savoring. One of the most powerful ways to break free from the trap of chasing happiness is to shift our perspective from seeking to savoring. Instead of constantly striving for something more, we can train ourselves to appreciate and find joy in the present moment. Imagine you're eating a delicious meal. If you're constantly thinking about the next course or worrying about whether there will be enough food, you'll miss out on the flavors and textures of the food in front of you. However, if you slow down, take small bites, and savor each mouthful, you'll experience a deeper level of enjoyment and satisfaction. The same principle applies to life. When we learn to savor the simple pleasures, a warm bath, a good book, a heartfelt conversation, we cultivate a sense of gratitude and contentment that permeates our entire being. Section 7. The Art of Living, Finding Joy in the Journey. Ultimately, the key to happiness lies not in chasing after some elusive future state, but in embracing the art of living fully in the present moment. It's about finding joy in the everyday, the ordinary, the seemingly insignificant moments that make up the tapestry of our lives. This shift in perspective requires a conscious effort, a willingness to let go of the need to control, and to embrace the uncertainty that is an inherent part of life. It means learning to dance with the rhythms of life, to embrace the highs and the lows, and to find beauty in the unexpected. When we approach life with this sense of openness and curiosity, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities. We begin to see challenges as opportunities for growth, setbacks as stepping stones, and imperfections as reminders of our shared humanity. We discover that true happiness is not a destination but a journey, and that the greatest joy comes from embracing the ride.